Hey YouTube, it's me, Brandon Colonel. The next video that I have for you has really nothing to do with knives. As you can probably tell by the title, I'm just simply honoring our veterans today. This is a subject that really it strikes a chord with me. Because so many people don't honor our veterans, they just brush them to the wayside. They act like some of them just don't matter, or any of them don't matter. And this is one of the few topics that can truly strike out any kind of emotions with me. And just anytime that I see people actually honoring veterans, then I just get incredibly happy because they deserve more respect than we ever give them. We take a warm shower in the morning to wake us up. They'll go for weeks on end without any kind of running water. We get upset after our boyfriend or girlfriend breaks up with us, and we've only been going out with them for a couple of weeks. They hold a letter tightly to their heart when it comes from the one that they love, because they don't know if they're ever going to see them again, regardless of how good or bad the relationship is. Just the simple fact of that they finally got something. They cherish it forever. They don't even know if they're going to be able to come back and see that person again. These veterans see some of the worst sides of humanity. They see the worst possible, conceivable treacheries that people are even capable of, and they still come back home with a smile on their face. And yet, we start complaining if a teacher gives us a bad grade. That's not exactly the horrible side of humanity. A boyfriend or girlfriend posting on Facebook how horrible we were in a relationship, even though it's all lies. No doubt that's something bad, but it's not the horrible side of humanity. The thing that these soldiers see on a regular basis, that's horrible. That's the deplorable side of humanity that soldiers have to deal with. They have to live with that. And we don't give them enough credit for it. Whenever people start wearing these thank God for IED t-shirts, or God hates war, so we should hate the soldiers. When people start wearing all of these shirts and start protesting the military funerals, and just all in all are disrespecting the military and everything they stand for, the military is still fighting for their right to wear those shirts. The military doesn't exactly choose who it fights for. It fights for the U.S. The military is fighting for our freedoms and our right to be able to do virtually whatever we want. And we're taking those rights and using it to beat the military over the head with them. That's something that lights a fire in me quicker than most anything else. You can physically assault me, and that wouldn't light a fire in me quicker than disrespecting the military like that. Because they go through more than we ever could, ever will. We can go through all kinds of emotional stress and turmoil. We still don't have to look at the crumpled bodies of people and just complete and total innocence, yet being slaughtered. We don't have to look at that. They do. And then they have to come back home and deal with that image for the rest of their life. No amount of therapy can make it go away. They have to learn to live with it. So this is just really a short video trying to just to get people to understand what the military actually goes through. And if ever you see a veteran today, or for that matter, any time, because we should set aside more than just today in order to honor our veterans. But if you see a veteran, thank them for their service, thank them for their sacrifice, because they've had to sacrifice their freedoms just so that we can have them. They sacrifice their freedoms to talk about where they've been, the missions they've been on. They can't tell anybody where they're at. There's quite a few soldiers that can't tell anybody where they're at, because technically it's a place that doesn't exist. It's a place that has been quarantined, so that way we're not even allowed to know of its existence. We're not allowed to know of their missions that they've been on. They can't call their families. They can't call their friends. They sacrifice their freedoms to protect ours. And many of them sacrifice their life. So just, if ever you see a veteran, walk up to them, shake their hand, and thank them for their service. Because they sacrifice more than you'll ever know. As always, YouTube, stay safe.